Alright, here we are again. I'm continuing to be salty. We're on Omnicron now. I don't know what letter that is. Greek letter. Omnicron! Anyway, I'm gonna turn the brightness up a little bit. I'm just kinda getting it. Video, it's hard. Brightness is so hard. Like you want to be able to see things. Like if I turn it all the way down, I'd be like, shit, can't see nothing. If I turn it all the way up, I can see everything, but it gets weird and washed out. There's not really a happy medium with horror games. I haven't found. Anyway, this is me sneaking around Omnicron. Everything else that I've been in so far has been infested by the WAU, the WoW. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky evil. Not evil, it's not deliberately evil, it's just a mindless, creeping entity consuming people kind of thing. Oops, another dead person. You can tell I've seen a few of those before. Has corrupted all of this undersea facility. That's what it looks like. It tends to consume human bodies. Oh, this used to be plugged in. Alright, there's a monster. Please, already? I don't want it. Gosh darn. Anyway, so we have been trying to get this thing called the Ark up and running. Alright, I know there's a I don't want another monster. And, get it launched out of space full of the artificial intelligences. For plain scan copies of the people who were on here and who survived. Well, survived it long enough to be scanned. And we're trying to go get that Ark and get it up in space so that humanity, which wiped out everyone's surface recently by a comet hitting the Earth, can kind of maybe survive in some form or another. I don't get why I can't talk to this one. Anyway, I can recover data from their black boxes. I'm a robot thing. An interesting amalgam of a robot, a dead woman's human body, and a very dead man's hydroponics. Containment never sounds good. A very dead Canadian man's consciousness, which was scanned a long time ago. And a diving suit. So I'm interested in it. I have well, that was good. That was good. I'm happy there. That was fun. If you watched the rest of the videos, I've been so salty about the monster mechanics. They were fine when it was well lit-ish, and I could kind of make out where the monsters were. They kind of had mechanics I could predict easily. Now, I swear to God, like, the mechanics are sneak mechanics, right? It gets really dark in a lot of areas. You can kind of barely make out monsters. They're slow. You hide in a corner, and you wait, and maybe they'll go away. So you spend, like, a ton of time hiding in a corner, and, like, my last play session, I went for 6 hours because I was just like, I'm so salty, I just want to get this over with, get out of Theta, the last module, and get to back to the story, because the story is what I'm interested in. Anyway. Huh. What are they doing here? I don't know, I can't get in there. So yeah, I had it with the monsters. I would definitely recommend playing this game in safe mode, if you are all like me, and you prefer the exploration aspects of games and don't like being like, okay, here we are again, let's all sneak around the corner and hide in the corner, and I'm an adult and I have things to do and I want the game, the fun part of it. I don't want to be spending 10 minutes in a corner because some AI won't go shuffling away. Yeah, I'm salty. But there are gonna be monsters here, I'm sure. And I'm gonna love them, I'm sure. They're gonna be great. Not. Anyway. Like, if I could hit things at this point in this game, things would be so crushed. I would just be hitting the hell out of things. It'd be like, you're dead. Because I don't want to deal with you ever again. You know? Anyway. I would just be murdering things with a sledgehammer. So dead. So, I'm a bit salty. And I just, like, a game should be good. I like story. I'm a story person. Give me story. Don't give me this nonsense with the sneaking. At least make it so I feel like I have, okay, I know part of horror games is feeling you don't have control. That's part of the deal. I respect that. Good God, have feeling like you have no control and actually having no control are different things. You want to have a pleasurable sense of loss of control. Cathartic. You want catharsis. That makes sense. The whole cathartic sense of, is this a window? No, I'm just can't manage to jump on a bed. Yep, that's not something I can do. Anyway, so you want catharsis, right? But you don't want actual helplessness. You want the feeling of helplessness without the helplessness. It's like tragedy. You want grief without grief. Or you want grief, but you don't want real grief. You want to feel like what it would be like to experience real grief. Vaguely, but in a pleasurable way. In the same way, you want that from horror. You want to be able to feel what it might be like to be powerless, but not actually experience powerlessness. Once you get into the point where you are actually experiencing powerlessness, you've lost the point of horror. It's gone. You just don't. You've lost it. It's just right out the window. You've missed the point. And that's kind of how I feel a little bit about this game so far. Like, there's parts that contain what they should contain. That wouldn't be the dive room. For horror. Early in the game, the horror aspects were absolutely fine for me. But once we reached Theta, they stopped being fine because I stopped genuinely having control of any sort. Like, I'm just running through this area. I can't really see the monsters. I can't really stop them from chasing me in any meaningful way. I get stuck a lot of the time. And, like, I'm running, I don't even know why I'm running certain directions. It's not what you want. It's not what you want to do to your players. You're not antagonizing them. Anyway. So I just, at this point, I'm like, I want to finish. I want the good parts. I don't want this nonsensy parts. A light. Well, not enough light, just a bit of light. And now we're getting into, like, ring horror. Ring horror. Where Japanese horror is what it reminds me of. Where you just have things kind of appear in your line of vision. And then foots out. That's what I think of as Asian horror style.
Is this Omnicron? Everything is so basic, so limited. I hope it's not the Omnitool falling apart. Okay, we need to find you a power suit. You know, so we can go into the abyss without ending up like a recycled can of soda.
You think we'll find one that fits me? I mean, I'm kind of in a suit already.
That's been bothering me too. You know how you were transferred from Vancouver?
Toronto.
From then to now.
How could I forget?
Okay, so we do it again.
You want to send me to the future?
No, you idiot. I want to transfer your mind into a new body.
What?
Look, we already know it can be done. We don't need to make it a big deal.
It is a big deal, Kath. It's a huge fucking deal. There's got to be something else that can take us down there.
The Dunbat at Theta was the only vessel that could take that pressure, and you saw what happened.
Then think of something else.
Simon, please. You don't have to switch this instant. Just play along for now. If we find something else, then great. If not...
I'm not promising anything.
Yeah,
Thank you, Simon. Have a look around the room. This is where they would keep the power suits, if there are any left.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy about it either. Because again, we've been talking about continuity, right? Unless he can stay in contact with what he's transferring to at the same time as the transfer. As the transfer takes place, and until the transfer is completely over, then he loses continuity.
If there are any power suits left, they should be in the lockers.
And he's already made up of it. So Catherine made it here, the living Catherine. Okay. She doesn't seem interested in that, though. So yeah.
What are you waiting for? Find a power suit and let's get on with this.
So that's my feelings on horror. If nothing else, this has been an interesting experiment in finding my opinions on horror. And on my opinions on continuity. Which actually are much better thought through than... Which I've actually thought through quite a bit. Which is, you know, not... If you knew me, you would not find that unusual. That I had thought through that quite some. Airlock, pressurization, hazard.
Simon, look for a suit in the lockers.
Let's just leave that airlock partly open. That seems safe. But I don't know. Everybody has different opinions on things. That's not good. That's terminal gel. Let's see if anything
If
interesting.
there are any power suits left, they should be in the lockers.
And you gotta remember though, I like horror in concept. I like the concept of it. I like, I particularly like short experiences in games, about 5 hours, 5 to 6 at most. Well, I'm guessing we have...
Simon, look for a
I
suit in the
found one,
lockers.
lady. She's so impatient sometimes. Whoa! Oh!
Oh, God. Nice. I found one of the power suits. There's a dead woman inside. At least I think it's a woman. Just like the body we found in the annex.
Yeah, they're all
She's
missing
missing
their
her
heads.
head.
Gross. This could work in our favor, though. Look for a terminal nearby, see if you can boot it up.
This thing has been like Raleigh Herbert dispatcher. Sorry, madam. That's unfortunate. We feel kind of bad about that. There's so much. I'm going to run into something that's all made out of heads. I know I am. So let's see if I probably get transferred into the controller part of the system. What does this mean for me? Omnicron, climber station, this observatory to his Tau. HPS tracking. Oh, those are the suits. That's where the suits are at. 3 there. They're not alive. Activate it. It's got a dead woman in it.
Not exactly grade A material.
Don't write it off just yet. Remember what we found out at Theta. The suit you are wearing is basically just a Cortex chip working a few pints of structure gel, powered by the on-suit battery pack.
Which means I'd run out of juice
And a
eventually.
dead colleague, Imogen Reed.
Exactly. If you think
She's
about
so
it, we're
she's
actually
right with that.
incredibly lucky. We found a suit with an already dead body inside.
I guess you're right. What about the WoW? What makes you think it'll play along?
It's not magic, it's algorithms. A set pattern. The WoW won't be able to deny us, even if it was capable of wanting to.
I'm still not crazy about this plan. It feels wrong.
Please, Simon, I can't give up on the Ark. I need this to work.
So we need a Cortex chip, structure gel, and a battery pack. That's one hell of a shopping list.
Thanks. I'll just hang around here if that's okay.
I'll be back.
Alright, so time to transfer myself to another strange conglomeration of human body and not. Yeah, that's the body. That's the. Okay, I see the body part. That's not cool. And jury-rigged AI and oh, well, I can't use that yet. So going back in. Probably should powered up some of the things that were locked.
Come on, we need to get a Cortex chip, a battery pack, and some structure gel. Look for a Cortex chip,
How
a
did I
battery
find-
pack, and some structure gel.
Well, there was structure gel on the floor, but I guess I can't exactly go licking it up. Games are funny. You learn more about a person by playing a game than. Let's see. Anything else? Storage. We've been in storage and I didn't see anything. Kerosene. Cortex chips. Carthage. That's a fake box. Let's see, where couldn't I go? Oh, I know where I couldn't go. Here. Let's see if those are open. No, those aren't open. Well, where am I supposed to go to find these things? Oh, here's a map. Fine. I'm so salty about them. Storing containment, biologic laboratory, biomech laboratory, hydroponics. Some of the laboratories are closed off. Infirmary, deep diving prep. Upper is mess, power room, dress room, containment. So are they both locked in? Oh, a puzzle, huh? What am I supposed to do? Oh. Oh, it's one of those root puzzles. Something's communicating with me. So this is a fairly common kind of puzzle. It's where you have to hit every point on a route without re-stepping over something. Well, that's a very Resident Evil music cue. Very. Wow. Those little spring. That's the sound. Spring. Sounds. Orange Ruffy is a fish, by the way. So the arc was... Yeah, okay. The arc team went down there and then they had some... Yes, I know. They're almost certainly monsters. Laboratory. I don't see clean room here. Seriously though, I'm so salty. So hostile too. Can we do the laser scan? Yep. Yep. Looks like good things happen in there. Everybody be missing their heads. It's a very awkward situation. Everybody locked the drawers very tightly too. Tight. Here we have a blob. Somebody was taking samples. And we can hear a body, a creature somewhere. They locked themselves in the shower, but they still lost their head. Looks like they barricaded themselves in. And they still were deheaded. Looking at how quickly the structure drill grows. Quite quickly. So that was the experiment going on there. And why would you do that to a rat? That's a bad idea. Also, a rat's a very small organism. It could get places if it got loose. So that's what's happened with the dead body that is part of my character's identity. But it can only do it for a while. Alright, so this structure drill has been doing this mutation thing ever since the comet hit Earth. And wiped out the surface. I actually think it's probably trying to save us, not kill us, but... So it works best with biological interfaces, the structure gel. This is uncalibrated, which means it hasn't been affected by the WAU, which is good. Right, control chip for this is not working. Is there a way I can calibrate it? No, they don't have a calibration. Well, maybe. Is that a calibration thing? No, there's nothing to calibrate it with. Alright, let's go into the room where something's making horrible noises. Ah, so they're probably looking at what's in these. It's the dead rat with the gel. Do we want to pull it out just to be a goober? That's probably a good chip, which we need. Oh, okay, got it. What am I supposed to... Okay. Well, I dispensed gel. Well, that's not what I want. So I was going to dispense it on the... Oh! The arm can go all the way across. So the gel can slightly reanimate it. That's a thing I just figured out.
It came back to life. Or something like it.
I'm not allowed to do anything for it, though. That seems mean. Just let it go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna try to repair my chip. It's a very rigged thing. I made a rat come back to life, so maybe it'll make this chip work. And it just works on this junk on it. I don't know about my logic, but I guess I'm stuck at the bottom of the ocean otherwise, so yeah. Oops. So there's uncalibrated and calibrated. Uncalibrated means the WAE hasn't interfered with it yet. Structured gel. Structured gel. What is the secret of your power? Well, since they're allowing me to take it, why not? Who knows when you might need another doodaddle. Oh, it won't let me take it. Sorry, dead body. Web structure. Gonna give me a scanning. What we're gonna do, we're gonna scan me. Scanning, scanning, scanning. It's annoying outside. That's not good. I have to dig my car out. I don't want to. There's gotta be an easier way to do that. Like maybe, if I took warm water out there and just pushed it around. Ah! Alright, so there's something in that container, and it might be related to whatever she's trying to do. I gotcha. You're probably whatever's trying to talk to me through the system. Oh, hydroponics is open. Let's go check out hydroponics. South stairwell. How did plants put up with this nonsense? Plants are all like, well, we did alright. Well, you know, they did plenty. Boxes of plants. Wouldn't this game be weird if you put in different sound? If you're like, let's put on some jazzy music. Or just, you know, anything at all that was different. It'd be pretty funny. I do like that it's kind of commonly assumed in future games that everybody will kind of be very multicultural and multi-religious. I think that's an interesting and nice to see. I feel like it's a very hopeful sign that people imagine the future that way.
Hey, Andrea?
Yeah?
I was talking to Cameron about protein solubilization. Do you think we could break the aggregate in structure gel without flattening the
I
configuration?
have no idea what that would mean.
Jesus. That was a mouthful. You've been listening to Cameron, that's for sure. What do you want,
This is
Ronnie?
the dead woman in the suit.
Can you blame me for trying to figure this out? I've been having the dreams too, you know.
Dreams again.
I don't know what to believe.
Oh, I know. Everything from the sudden signal amplification in black boxes to having a comatose Dr. Ross locked up in the glass jar. All but going a bit nuts.
Tell me about it. Feels like my head's about to explode. Hypothetically speaking, could we stop the WoW from mutating?
It doesn't work like that.
Even if there was a site alpha?
Hypothetically speaking, I guess we could try. Rally, are you recording this?
Sorry. I just... Sorry.
So there was some people were starting to consider whether it was possible to find a site alpha, which would be where the mutation had begun, I would assume, and move on from there. He's a funny looking thing. Now, it would be useful. Oh, this must be where the comatose Dr. Ross was in there. To have, to know where it started, of course. Seems inevitable that you would want to know that. I'm not gonna wash my hands. I'm a rebel! I suspect Site Alpha is probably the last place we go in the game, because that's how these things go. I'm gonna look at who... what. So that's what... He's a diving suit with a corpse inside. Not even a same gender corpse, which I think is very interesting. And, some cortex chips and a bunch of dead rats. They didn't... I don't think these are very... For the kind of thing they thought they were dealing with, I don't think they were taking very good precautions. Like, just messing with rats out here in the open. Biocontaminants. Just seems like a bad idea. Always assume that you need more security when you're, at least from my extensive experience in science fiction, when you're dealing with a virulent contaminant that you can't identify yet. Always, always, always assume that you need more security than you think you do. Don't think, oh, we've got one door that locks, we're fine. Or we've got one thing. Whatever you think you need, put more on there. That probably applies to real life, too. When you're dealing with contaminants and unknown new factors like that. I mean, if you don't know what something can do, assume it will be bad. And assume you need to set up protection.
It's not something you really want to get comfortable with. That's funny. That's really funny, Julia. What's going on? Am I that transparent? What you want, Molly? We're friends, right? Yes. Do you think Alpha is real? What makes you... Why would you ask that? I think Ross is trying to tell me something. About Site Alpha? He wants me to go down to the abyss and find it. Crazy, right? You've been down there. I just thought you could talk some sense into me. Ronnie, I'm not at liberty to... I can't talk about that.
So something is at Site Alpha. We also know that the WoW may have been